Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a closer look at the 1998 United States 5-cent coin with a P mint mark, commonly known as the Jefferson Nickel. Many people see this coin in their pocket change and never think twice about it, but collectors always pay attention to the year, mint mark, and condition of a coin. Even coins that appear ordinary can sometimes become interesting to collectors, especially when they are well preserved or show unusual minting features. The 1998 5-cent coin features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front side. Jefferson's portrait has been used on the U.S. nickel since 1938, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. On the front of the coin, you will see Jefferson facing to the left, along with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1998. The small P mint mark appears near the date and indicates that this coin was produced at the United States Mint facility in Philadelphia. When you turn the coin over, you will see the famous building Monticello, which was Jefferson's historic home in Virginia. The building appears in a detailed design with the word Monticello above it. Around the design are the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and the value 5 cents. This reverse design has been used on the Jefferson nickel for many decades and is easily recognized by collectors. The P mint mark is important because it tells us where the coin was struck. The Philadelphia Mint has produced a large number of nickels over the years, and in 1998, millions of these coins were made for circulation. Because of this large production, most 1998 P nickels are considered common coins in everyday use. In circulated condition, they're usually worth about their face value of 5 cents. However, the value of a coin can increase if it is found in uncirculated condition, meaning it still has its original shine and sharp design details. Coins that have not been heavily used in everyday transactions can be more desirable to collectors, especially those who collect full sets of Jefferson nickels from different years and mints. Another factor that can make a coin more interesting is the presence of minting errors. During the coin production process, machines strike coins at very high speeds, and sometimes small mistakes occur. These errors can include doubled lettering, off-center strikes, or unusual marks on the coin's surface. When collectors find coins with these unusual features, they often become much more valuable because they're rare compared to normal coins. If you have a 1998 5-cent coin with a P mint mark, it can be exciting to examine it closely. Look carefully at the date, mint mark, and design details. Check Jefferson's portrait for sharp lines and clear features, and inspect the Monticello building on the reverse side for strong detail. You can also look for any unusual marks or doubling in the letters that might indicate a minting error. Coin collecting is a fascinating hobby because even small coins like the 1998 P Jefferson nickel can hold historical and collectible interest. These coins have traveled through many hands over the years and represent a small part of everyday American history.
Next up, we are looking at the 2000 United States 5-cent coin with a P mint mark, also known as the Jefferson nickel. This coin is part of the long-running nickel series used in everyday American currency. Even though millions of these coins were produced, collectors still like to examine them closely because the year, mint mark, and condition can make a difference when it comes to collectability. On the front side of the coin, you will see the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. His portrait has appeared on the nickel since 1938. Jefferson is shown facing left, and around the portrait you will see the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 2000. Near the date, you will find the small P mint mark, which shows that this coin was produced at the United States Mint facility in Philadelphia. When we flip the coin over to the reverse side, we see the well-known image of Monticello, the historic home designed and owned by Thomas Jefferson in Virginia. The building appears in the center of the coin with detailed columns and steps. Above the building is the word Monticello, and around the design are the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and the value 5 cents.
This design remained on the nickel for many decades and is one of the most recognizable coin designs in U.S. history. The P mint mark tells us that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. In the year 2000, the Philadelphia Mint produced a very large number of Jefferson nickels for circulation, which means most examples are still very common today. Because of this high mintage, a typical circulated 2000 P nickel is usually worth its face value of 5 cents. However, collectors are always interested in coins that are found in uncirculated condition. These coins still have their original mint shine, sharp details, and very little wear. A 2000 P nickel that has been carefully preserved may be more attractive to collectors, especially those who are building a full collection of Jefferson nickels by year and mint mark. Another interesting aspect of coin collecting is the possibility of mint errors or varieties. During the minting process, coins are struck by powerful machines, and occasionally small mistakes occur. These can include doubled letters, die cracks, off-center strikes, or other unusual features. If a 2000 P nickel has a noticeable minting error, collectors may consider it much more valuable than a normal coin. If you happen to find a 2005-cent coin with a P mint mark, take a moment to examine it closely. Look carefully at Jefferson's portrait, the lettering around the coin, and the details of the Monticello building. Check whether the coin still has strong shine or if it shows signs of heavy circulation. Many people overlook these small coins, but each one represents a piece of history and everyday life in the United States. Even a common coin like the 2000 P Jefferson nickel can become interesting when you start paying attention to the details and learning about how coins are made and collected. Next up, we are taking a closer look at the 1998 United States 5-cent coin with a P mint mark, a coin that many people know as the Jefferson Nickel. It may look like a simple, everyday coin, but collectors often check these nickels carefully because small details such as the year, mint mark, and condition can make them interesting pieces for a collection. On the front side of the coin, you will see the portrait of Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson has appeared on the U.S. 5-cent coin since 1938, making this one of the longest-running designs in American coinage. His portrait faces to the left, and around the image you will notice the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1998. Right next to the date is the small P mint mark, which shows that this coin was produced at the United States Mint in Philadelphia. When we turn the coin over, the reverse side shows the famous building, Monticello. Monticello was the home designed and owned by Thomas Jefferson and is one of the most recognizable landmarks in American history. The building appears in the center of the coin, and above it you can see the word Monticello. Around the design are the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and the denomination 5 cents. The P mint mark is important because it identifies the mint where the coin was struck. In 1998, the Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of these nickels for everyday circulation. Because so many were made, most 1998 P nickels that people find today are very common and usually worth their face value of 5 cents. Collectors, however, always look for coins that are in better condition. A coin that still has its original shine, clear details, and very little wear can be considered uncirculated. These coins are more attractive for collectors who build year-by-year sets of Jefferson nickels. Another thing collectors check for is minting errors. Sometimes during the minting process, the coin dies strike incorrectly or develop small cracks or doubling in the letters. These types of mint errors can make a coin much more interesting and sometimes more valuable because they are not common. If you find a 1998 5-cent coin with a P mint mark, it's always a good idea to examine it carefully. Look closely at Jefferson's portrait, the lettering around the coin, and the details on the Monticello building. Check whether the coin still has strong detail or if it has been heavily worn through circulation. Many people ignore small coins like this, but every coin tells a story about the time it was made and how it traveled through everyday life. Even a simple 1998 P Jefferson nickel can become an interesting part of a coin collection when you start paying attention to the details and learning about its history. Next up, we are looking at the 1988 United States 5-cent coin with a P mint mark, commonly known as the Jefferson Nickel. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary coin that people use every day, but collectors often examine coins like this closely. The year, mint mark, and condition can make a coin more interesting, especially for people who enjoy collecting different dates in the Jefferson Nickel series. On the front side of the coin, you will see the portrait of Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson has appeared on the U.S. 5-cent coin since 1938, and his portrait is one of the most recognizable designs in American coinage. On this side of the coin, Jefferson faces to the left. Around the portrait, you will notice the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1988. Close to the date, you will see the small P mint mark, which shows that the coin was produced at the United States Mint Facility in Philadelphia. When the coin is turned over to the reverse side, you will see the famous building Monticello. Monticello was the home designed and owned by Thomas Jefferson and is one of the most famous historic houses in the United States. The building is shown in the center of the coin, with detailed columns and steps. Above the building is the word Monticello, and around the design are the words E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and the denomination 5 cents. The P mint mark tells collectors that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. By 1988, the Philadelphia Mint was producing very large numbers of nickels for circulation. Because of this high production, most 1988 P Jefferson nickels are still considered common coins today, and in circulated condition, they are usually worth their face value of 5 cents. However, coin collectors often look for examples that are in uncirculated condition. These coins still have their original mint luster, sharp edges, and clear design details. A well-preserved 1988 P nickel can be more appealing to collectors who build full collections of Jefferson nickels by date and mint mark. Collectors also search for mint errors and varieties. During the minting process, coins are struck by powerful machines at very high speed, and sometimes small mistakes occur. These can include doubled letters, die cracks, off-center strikes, or other unusual features. If a coin from 1988 with a P mint mark shows a noticeable mint error, it may attract more attention from collectors. If you have a 1988 5-cent coin with a P mint mark, it is always a good idea to examine it carefully. Look closely at Jefferson's portrait, the lettering around the coin, and the details on the Monticello building. Coins with stronger details and less wear are usually more desirable for collectors. Even though many people overlook small coins like this, they are still part of everyday history. Each coin passes through many hands and travels across different places. The 1988 P Jefferson Nickel is a small piece of American coinage history that continues to circulate and interest collectors who enjoy discovering and studying coins. If you enjoy learning about rare and interesting coins, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Every week we explore different coins, their history, mint marks, and the hidden values that many people overlook. Your support helps the channel grow and keeps more coin collecting content coming your way.